So, Ms. Rowe, do you understand that by pleading guilty, you will have a conviction for false report of a misdemeanor, and that carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anything else been offered to you to get you to plead guilty, or have you been threatened, forced, or coerced in any way to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Has Ms. Mistley answered all of your questions to your satisfaction?
Yes, Your Honor.
I need to go over your trial rights with you and make sure you understand those before I'm able to accept a plea, so please listen carefully. You have the right to be presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And you have the right to a jury trial to make that determination. Do you understand all those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have the right to have the witnesses against you appear at a trial to cross-examine those witnesses and present your own evidence and witnesses. And the court would order those witnesses to appear if need be. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
In addition, you have the right to testify at a trial, or if you choose to remain silent. And that silence could not be used against you in any way. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And finally, by pleading guilty, you give up the right to appeal that you would have if you went to trial. And any appeal would be by leave, not by right, meaning it'd be up to the appeals court whether to hear any appeal of your conviction or sentence. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. You understand that by pleading guilty, you're giving up all those trial rights, and that's what you want to do.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. So then, turning to the complaint in this case, it says that you had contacted the sheriff's office on April 11th and reported that you had been sexually assaulted by a Robbie Haskins on April 8th, a few days before that. Is that true?
Did you make that report, Anne Marie?
Yes, I did.
And was that report true?
No.
Okay, and so there was no sexual assault then?
No.
All right, and you knew you were speaking to a law enforcement officer and that he would likely investigate that, correct?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Yeah, you knew you were speaking with a law enforcement officer and he would likely investigate your allegation, correct?
Yes.
And you were in the village of Kingsley in Grand Traverse County when you made that phone call to 911, right? Or to the
Yes.
police? Okay. All right. Well, Ms. Lee, are you satisfied that the factual basis for a false report of a felony has been established so that I can take a plea to the misdemeanor?
I am, Your Honor.
All right, then, to the charge of false report of a misdemeanor offense as a 93-day misdemeanor, how do you plead?
Guilty.
All right, I will accept your plea. I find it's voluntary, accurate, and understanding. I do want to set this for a pre-sentence investigation report, and let's see. We'll set sentencing out a couple weeks here, Ms. Odom.
Sure. They've requested that we set sentencings out 4 weeks, just so you know.
4 weeks, okay.
Yeah, to help out the probation officers. Monday, August 23rd, does that work?
It does.
Okay. How about 9 a.m., does that work?
Sure does. Thank you.
Okay.
All right, we're all set then, except Ms. Rowe, I do need you to contact our probation office. And it doesn't look like you're in a place where you'd have a pen handy, but
I'll
Miss DeLeo, I'll get you the phone number, okay? So make sure
Okay.
you call them between 1 and 4 o'clock today, okay?
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor, and I
All right, we're all set
apologize
then.
again for our tardiness.
No worries. Thank you, Miss DeLeo. Feel free to sign off at this time, Ms. Rowe.
Okay.
All right, are you Mr. McGrath?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, we're just waiting for your attorney, Mr. Johnson, to get here. You got about 5 minutes, okay?
Yes, sir.
Should be all set then, okay? Any issues, tell me, Kevin.
Okay.
Be right around the corner.
Okay.
Anything for me?
Only one thing, I mean, if you want.
I need the exercise.
Have fun.
What was this? What was it? Am I muted?
Hey, good morning, Mr. Clark. Can you hear me? There you go. No problem. All right, this is People versus Christopher McGrath Jr., files 5032 and 5279 of 2021. Mr. McGrath is here with his attorney, Mr. Clark, and this is the date for a bond hearing. So it's my understanding the allegation is from a probable cause arrest form I received as to Mr. Michael Barajas, that Mr. McGrath was with Mr. Barajas and that Mr. McGrath was highly intoxicated. and had a .18 BAC on a PBT. Now, those are the allegations. What does your client wish to do about that, Mr. Clark?
I don't have any notice of this at all. The draft?
You don't?
No.
Okay, well, that's basically the report.
I'd like to,
Oh, hey, hang on, sir. Maybe you want to talk to your attorney about that. I'll have Miss Odom email you that report. It's just a one-pager,
Okay, hey,
or I guess it's 2 pages on a probable cause arrest form.
Mr. Johnson is his attorney.
Oh, shoot.
Okay.
Mr. Clark was an MIDC.
No
at
wonder
one
I got
time.
you all confused, Mr. Clark.
He was MIDC. at
Yeah,
the
Mr.
hearing.
Johnson is Mr. McGrath's attorney. Sorry about that.
Call her.
Time is it? Okay, let's see if he's emailing me.
Your first hearing, Mr. Clark, is 10:15.
Oh.
Ms. Burkholz, she was here earlier, but I told her to log back in closer to 10:15.
Okay. I will go silent.
Mr. Clark, Mr. Clark,
Yes,
can
Amy.
you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hey, I set, you had left me a voicemail to set, I can't think of the name right now, something for a plea. I did that. You'll get notice.
Okay.
And it's also set for a, I think, a violation hearing too or something. You're gonna get 2 notices on that.
All right.
Tomorrow, the Zach Brown prelim, I sent you an email on that. That'll be before
it.
Judge Stefka because of the sobriety court plea. And the second felony case is Judge Stefka's, and it'll be a sobriety court plea too. So
Thank
log
you.
into Judge Stefka tomorrow. You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, we're still waiting for Mr. Johnson then.
He might be over in Judge Stefka's court. No, that's not true. Did you also know, what is this, 5032?
Oh, here's Mr. Johnson. Okay. All right, good morning, Mr. Johnson. We're gonna get started again here. So again, this is People versus Christopher McGrath, files 5032 and 5279 of 2021. Mr. Johnson is here on behalf of Mr. McGrath. And Mr. Johnson, have you received the bond violation, the report, it's arrest of Michael Barajas report?
I have not, Your Honor. I truth be told, I wasn't completely sure why we were here this morning.
Ah, okay, so Ms. Odom will email that to you, and I'll put you in a breakout room with your client, so you can
Okay, thank
review
you.
those allegations with him.
Can I just bring up the fact that his other case isn't just about this violation? He failed to appear for sentencing,
Ah,
I think on 7-2, and there's also other bond violations on his other case. I just want you to be aware of that. Failed to comply with bond. I think he missed his PSI. His voicemail mailbox was full when probation tried to contact him.
which file is that?
That's 5032. Failed to
Okay,
appear for sentencing, and then I think there's other bond violations. Back in June, that's the MIP citation at a .189 at approximately 1 a.m., 1:15 a.m. I think that's it, actually.
okay, can you please provide that information to Mr. Johnson in an email?
Yeah, I've got to print this sheet out too.
Okay, so here comes
It'll be
the,
Well, I have to print it and I have to go to a desk and, oh, I can scan it right for me. Well, let's see.
All right.
Hang on.
I am gonna read the pertinent information from the probable cause arrest form. This is a report dated June 25th at Clinch Park. Michael Barajas was arrested, and it also says in the report that Christopher McGrath was highly intoxicated. He submitted to a PBT, which indicated a .189 BAC, and he was subsequently cited for MIP third or subsequent. And says McGrath was able to calm down after speaking to officers and agreed to stop yelling and using profanities. So that's the report we'll be sending to you, and I'll put you in the breakout room with Mr. McGrath, okay?
I'll be back. I don't even know if I printed this. We're trying to get this to just Mr. Johnson, but that's
Sure.
okay.
So right click on that document. Is that the?
Yeah.
Right click. No, get out of,
How about
you have to
over
be in
here?
retrieval or something. Oh, no, maybe send to.
Okay.
File. And then it's gonna tell you that it's gonna put it on the desktop and you say save. And then go to your email. And then go, yeah, and it should be on your desktop. Is that it?
Oh my gosh,
And then
yes, thank
open
you.
it and you're good to go.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Fantastic.
Oh, good morning, Ms. Burkholz. Mr. Clark is in another courtroom right now, and we'll get with you as soon as he returns.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Johnson, would you like your client back or,
I would, Your Honor. I think what we're going to do is just ask to adjourn these. I think that the allegations would be admissions potentially to new criminal activity. I think we're working on a potential global resolution for everything, but I think it makes sense to adjourn these.
all right, is there a new date for the other hearings?
Well, we have a prelim set for Friday. I'm not sure if that's in your courtroom or in Judge Stepka's. That's going to be a waiver, but that's on the new felony charges. I don't know if I wasn't appointed on the MIPs because Magistrate Rogers has indicated that jail is not a possibility.
Here, I can tell you what's going on. I can look at all of his cases. He doesn't have an attorney on his MIPs. I saw that. Grad Junior.
Well, why don't we just set this case out about a week? You think that's enough time?
I would say 2 to 4 weeks because I think we need to get to the circuit court pretrial. And I think that's probably where we'll get this all resolved.
Okay. So, Mr. McGrath, your attorney's requesting an adjournment so we can take a better look at the facts that led to this bond violation hearing. And also because we have a couple other criminal matters out there pending. And so that's what I'm going to do is adjourn this out between 2 and 4 weeks, Ms. Odom.
Sure. We know. And this is all contingent upon the new felony case?
Yes.
All right, we're going to go 4 because that case is in Ms. Webster's status to be set for something. I don't know what, but it's not set for anything yet that I could see. 1, 2, 3, 4. How about the 23rd? Monday the 23rd at 9:15 or 9:30?
Let's do 9:30.
All right, 9:30.
Is there anything else we need to take up today, Mr. Johnson?
No, Your Honor. Thank you for your time.
Okay, thank you. And we're all set there. Mr. McGrath, you can let the jail staff know you're all set for the day.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Let's go back to Ms. Berkholz. That's filed 215379, People versus Emily Berkholz. Mr. Clark is here on behalf of the defendant. And this is the date set for a plea. Is that what your client still wishes to do, Mr. Clark?
Do you want to proceed with the plea, Emily?
Yes, I'm here for a plea.
Okay, yes, we do, Your Honor.
Okay, and is there a plea offer?
No, there isn't, Your Honor.
So, Ms. Berkholz, do you understand that by pleading guilty, that you will have a conviction for operating while intoxicated, and that carries a maximum penalty of up to 93 days in jail?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
Okay, and has anyone threatened, forced, or coerced you into pleading guilty, or have you been promised anything to get you to plead guilty?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Clark answered all your questions to your satisfaction.
Yes, Your Honor.
I need to go over your trial rights with you, make sure you understand those before I'm able to accept a plea. So please listen carefully. You have the right to be presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt, and you have the right to a jury trial. You understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
You also have the right to have the witnesses against you appear at a trial, to cross-examine those witnesses, and to present your own evidence and witnesses, and the court would order those witnesses to appear if need be. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
In addition, you have the right to testify at a trial or, if you choose, to remain silent. And that silence cannot be used against you in any way. Do you understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And finally, by pleading guilty, you give up the right to appeal that you'd have if you went to trial. Any appeal would be by leave, not by right, meaning it'd be up to the appeals court whether to hear an appeal of your conviction or sentence. You understand that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
So by pleading guilty, you'll be giving up all those trial rights I just went over, and that's what you want to do, correct? Was that a yes? I didn't hear.
Yes.
Okay. All right, then is it true on June 1st that you were driving your car on East Front Street in Traverse City in Grand Traverse County when you were, I don't know, either involved in an accident or contacted by police?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, which was it? Did the police stop you?
I was pulled over.
Okay, and is it true before you were pulled over you had consumed alcohol?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you know, was there a blood test done and what the result was?
Yes, there was. And I believe the result was 0.14, I believe.
All right, so that would indicate that you were over the legal limit of 08, and so you're not contesting that test result?
No, sir.
And would you also agree, based on the amount of alcohol you had to consume that evening or that day, that your ability to operate a motor vehicle in a normal manner was substantially affected?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then, to the charge of operate while intoxicated, how do you plead?
Guilty.
All right, I will accept your plea. It's obvious that it is voluntary, understanding, and accurate. I am going to need to get a assessment done.
I have a
prior to
scheduled-
sentencing.
She
I
did
have
an
a
assessment.
scheduled appointment.
Oh.
At
Do
the,
you have an appointment scheduled?
yes, for this coming Tuesday.
Okay, so what we'll do is I'll get a pre-sentence investigation report, and you just let the probation office know when you called up today. I'll give you a phone number that you already have an assessment scheduled, okay? Here's the phone number to call, and I'd like you to call them between 1 and 4 p.m. today. They're gonna ask you some questions about what happened and your background and that sort of thing, okay?
Okay.
And the purpose is to give me more information to impose an appropriate sentence, okay?
Understood.
So the number is 231-922-6899.
Do you mind if I read that back to you, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
231-922-6899.
That's it, yeah. And again, if you could call between 1 and 4 p.m. today, I appreciate that, okay?
Yes, of course.
All right, is there anything else we need to take up today, Mr. Clark?
Sentencing.
Sentencing date.
Does August 23rd at 10 work for you, Mr. Clark, or do you need 10:15?
Would you say 10 o'clock? Hey, Dana, August 23rd at 10?
Yeah, if that works for you.
I'm asking.
You're arraignment attorney that day.
Oh, I'm the arraignment attorney that day.
Let's not do that, man. Hang on. How about the 24th then? August 24th at 10.
Good.
That'll work.
Okay.
Hey, Emily, your dog joined us.
Yeah, I was trying to keep him downstairs with my roommate. I apologize for the.
No, we like dogs participating.
You like dogs? Okay, well, we're all set then for today, and feel free to sign off at this time. We'll see you back for sentencing, okay?
Thank you.
Good luck, Emily. I'll see you in a couple of weeks.
See you then.
All right, we're just waiting for Ms. Borges to get here. And Ms. Odom, can you send me file 5127 I got? Well, you know what? Oh, I see. Yeah, I need file 5127. I only have the other file right now.
Let me see if I've got it. I don't have it either. Let me have someone check it in.
All right.
Hey, Dana, did you try to call her?
Yeah, there's no answer.
Oh, she's at 10:30 anyway. Oh, I see. She's scheduled for 10:30.
Oh, never mind. I didn't know. Do you want to sign these? This one, Judge? Hang on, get you one more. Thanks.
Sure.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, okay, good. Good to go. Thank you very much. Oh. That's right, 10:45. Michael Morgan's supposed to be here too. Remember, he was the one that was here or showed up late?
You mean Michael Marvin?
Oh, I'm sorry, Michael Marvin.
Oh. I just removed him from my inbox.
That's okay. I've got him. I'll send him. This one I can send to you. Don't get rid of him.
Who's his attorney?
Conley. That's why he's showing up at 10:45 because they both missed it yesterday and then Marvin showed up late. But our dockets are old. Yeah, he's out here. I have a discipline.
Have at least 2 files.
Marvin? I think you have one. But let me double check. We had a bond hearing set on file 203509S. Is that the file you've got? Yeah, that's the one. I think it's actually, he wants, let me see what's going on with that. 3509. failing to appear for PBTs.
I'm Harvard.
Yeah, December 25, 26, 27, and 28. 1/4 through 1/18. Positive PBT on 1/2 at a .039.
On what day?
January 2.
And he hasn't shown up for PVD since. Is that?
Let me reread that. Failed to comply with bond, failed to appear for PBTs on December 25, 26, 27, 28. 1/4 through 1/18, positive PBT on 1/2 at a .039, and then I think he didn't have to show because they issued the bench warrant, they canceled bond.
I just heard Miss Borges. She forgot about it, but she's calling in right now.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll probably want to go to a breakout room just to verify her agreement.
All right.
Have we started scheduling trials? Or have you guys started scheduling trials yet?
Right after Labor Day.
Okay. So you mean you're gonna ruin my fall?
Unless the Delta variant derails us.
Yes.
How's that?
I told Noel, you guys need a sharper pencil. Because I have like so many, I have like 20 cases that probably 5 or 6 of them could be resolved pretty easy.
Yeah, something tells me their pencils will get sharper, but.
Yes. I think when they wind up having like 3 domestic violence trials in one day or something, or operating or operating with no security or something like that.
Yeah.
Is there security at the doors now? Are the doors open?
Yes, there is. Doors are open. We're pretty much open to the public.
There we go.
But we're still live streaming our hearings.
Right.
All right, there's Ms. Borges. Can you hear me okay, Ms. Borges?
Yes.
Okay, good. So we're here on two files, People versus Geneva Borges, file 5857 and 5127 of 2021, and Mr. Clark is here representing Ms. Borges on both. So Mr. Clark would like a breakout room with you, Ms. Borges. So I'm going to put you in a private room so you can speak confidentially.
Okay.
You'll need to accept an invitation that'll pop up on your screen.
All right, I got it.
Good.
Hey, Dana, come here a minute.
Yeah.
Click join.
All right, it looks like we've got Mr. Clark and Ms. Borges back, so Mr. Clark, is this gonna be a plea today?
Yes, it is, Your Honor. The offer on this case is my client would plead guilty to the embezzlement charge with a deferred sentence, and the operating security case will be dismissed.
All right, is it embezzlement under 200, 200 to 1,000, do you know?
Oh, let's see.
It's under 200.
Under 200, yeah. It's a 93-day maximum.
Okay. All right, give me just a minute here. All right then, so Ms. Borges, is that your understanding as well, that you're gonna plead guilty to the embezzlement charge? And the other case, the operate without insurance would be dismissed?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has anything else been offered to you to get you to plead? Oh, and you'd be, there's no objection to a delayed or, delayed sentence in this case, meaning that the prosecutor would dismiss the case if you are successful on your probation. Other than that, has anything else been offered to you to get you to plead guilty?
No.
Oh, you know what, Mr. Clark? I'm looking at the status conference memorandum. It doesn't say anything about a delay of sentence.
Okay, that's. I'm looking at.
Let me just check and make sure it didn't change. Ah, okay, it is there. I'm sorry. There's a more recent pre-status conference memorandum. You were talking about sharpening pens, but
Yes.
actually, since that status conference was June 4th, and then on July 1st, there was a new case where the delay went away, but it still dismissed the insurance charge. Now, the delay had been on 2 prior pretrial memorandums, and then I get the 7, well, anyway, I think we should check with the prosecutor. Maybe we can get a prosecutor on the line to just confirm it's a delay.
Okay, all right.
All right, and I'll go through the plea proceedings while Ms. Odom tries to get a prosecutor here.
Okay.
It looks like the
It's probably,
prosecutor that's been dealing with the case is, if anybody can read that signature, I'd be surprised.
Is it Charlie?
Oh, that's Mr. Clark's signature. It was Rachel Henry on the first go around. And then I can't read the prosecutor on the next 2.
the 7-1 looks is Noel's.
Is that Noel? Okay. So it might be best if you can get Noel. All right, so I'm gonna go through the plea proceeding with the understanding it'll be a delay, and then we'll try to get the prosecutor here to confirm. So what the delay means, ma'am, is that if you complete all the conditions of a 1-year delay of sentence successfully, the prosecutor again would dismiss the case at the end of that. Otherwise, the flip side is that if you violate probation, a conviction may enter, And you could be sentenced to up to 93 days in jail. Do you understand all that?
Yes.
All right. Has Mr. Clark answered all your questions to your satisfaction?
Yes.
And is it your own free will to plead guilty today?
Yeah.
And you haven't been threatened, forced, coerced, or promised anything else to get you to plead guilty?
No.
And I need to go over your trial rights with you, make sure you understand those before I am able to accept a plea. So please listen carefully. You have the right to be presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. And you have the right to a jury trial to make that determination. Do you understand all those rights?
I do.
You also have the right to have witnesses against you appear at trial, to cross-examine those witnesses and present your own evidence and witnesses. And the court would order those witnesses to appear if need be. Do you understand those rights?
Okay.
Did you understand those rights?
I do.
Okay. And you also have the right to testify at a trial, or if you choose, to remain silent. And that silence could not be used against you in any way. You understand that, right?
I do.
And finally, by pleading guilty, you give up the right to appeal that you would have if you went to trial. And any appeal of your conviction or your sentence would be by leave, not by right, meaning it would be up to the appeals court whether to even hear your case. Do you understand that?
I do.
So understanding all those rights, you understand also that you'll be waiving them all in order to plead guilty.
Yes.
Okay, so now is the time we need to confirm with the prosecutor that was in fact the plea offer. I suppose I could go through the facts here though while we're waiting for that. Well, probably better to hold off.
Oh, wait, let me hear that. Okie dokie, hang on a minute here, I'm sending some things here now.
All right, well, we need Mr. Connolly yet. Go to the next case.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Oh, okay, there he is.
Good morning.
All right, so while we're waiting for the prosecutor to respond, Ms. Borges, we're gonna go on to the next case and then we'll come back, okay? So,
Okay.
Ms. Cloud?
Yes.
Okay, and this is file 204470. Mr. Connolly is here on the defendant's behalf. This is the date set for a probation violation hearing. Mr. Connolly, have you discussed the allegations with your client and what does she wish to do?
Your Honor, I did receive yesterday afternoon a recommendation. Can I break out with Ms. Cloud and review this?
Sure thing. Any luck there, Miss Odom? Are we?
I just sent Miss Barshow a message and I'm asking her to go see if Noelle and Tina saw my email.
Okay.
Because they could be busy, you know?
Yeah.
And I sent over the 3 pre-trial sheets that are conflicting so that they have that easy access.
Hi, good morning, Mr. Marvin. We're waiting, your attorney's in a breakout room with another client, so we'll need to wait for him to get back, okay? All right, get the jail back. There's Ms. Mogenberg. I'm going to go back to the Borges case. Ms. Mogenberg, I just wanted to confirm the plea agreement. Did the delay go away with the latest plea offer, or is that still part of the plea agreement?
Your Honor, the delay did go away due to the new charge. So we would be dismissing one and asking that she be held to the other.
Okay, so Mr. Clark, do you want to discuss that some more with your client perhaps? See if she wants to continue with the plea?
I do.
Okay, so I'll put you in another breakout room here. Thank you, Ms. Mogenberg. I think we're all set.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Okay, so let's go to our probation violation hearing then. So, Mr. Connolly, have you had an opportunity to discuss this with Ms. Cloud, and what does she wish to do today?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Cloud and I did review the violations, and she is going to admit responsibility for violations, Your Honor.
All right, so, and I see Ms. Lako is also here from the probation office. Good morning, Ms. Lako. So let's see, Ms. Cloud, do you understand that by admitting to a probation violation, the worst that could happen is your probation could be revoked and you could be remanded back to the circuit court for sentencing on your original charge, the possession of a controlled substance, and I think you're facing up to 2 years on that. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay, and you want to waive your right to a hearing and an attorney today? Well, your right to a hearing anyway, and admit responsibility?
Yes.
Okay. Has anyone used any force, threats, or coercion to get you to plead guilty, or have you been promised anything to get you to plead guilty to the violation?
No.
All right, so is it true you're placed on probation through the drug court program back in April, and that as a condition of that probation, you were to take and pass pulmonary breath test to prove you weren't using alcohol? Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, and on May 10th, there was a PBT ordered in the morning, and according to your Scram device, you missed that PBT. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, another condition of your probation was that you stay at a recovery house and follow all their rules, including a curfew, which normally that's 9 or 10 o'clock anyway. But is it true that on May 8th you failed to return to the recovery house by curfew?
Yes.
All right, and then it indicates here that you failed to provide verification of both morning and evening PBTs since May 10th. Is that true?
Yes.
And you were also ordered as part of your probation to take and pass drug screens twice a week. And you failed to do that since May 10th as well. Is that true?
Yes.
And is it also true you failed to report to your probation officer since May 10th?
Yes.
Okay, so then to those violations, how do you plead?
Guilty.
All right, I'll accept your plea and find it's voluntary. And Mr. Connolly, what would you like to say on behalf of Ms. Cloud and the recommendation that's been made?
Well, it sounds like, Your Honor, that the recommendation banned her until the court hearing, review hearing, which looks like it's next week, August 3rd. So that makes sense, Your Honor, so the team can evaluate what to do with Ms. Cloud going forward, and perhaps she can have more time to talk with Ms. Lako and determine what the best course of action is.
Okay, Ms. Cloud, is there anything you want to say?
I just want to say sorry that I stopped doing what I was supposed to be doing, and I take responsibility for my actions, and hope that I can stay on the drug court team. And I messed up. I don't really have that good of a support system with family because all my family and everyone does drugs too, so it's hard for me to, I feel like I need like treatment or like rehab because I've never been to a rehab. And I just need I have no support system on the outside. So it's hard for me to do this thing on my own because I never had probation or never like had responsibilities like this that I had to do constantly. So I'm just saying sorry and hope that I could stay in the drug court team, that I can go to treatment in a residential treatment or something. But yeah, I just wanted to say sorry.
So, Ms. Lako, are you there?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah, did we look into residential treatment for Ms. Cloud?
We did. She did not qualify at that time, but I would be happy to send over a application and send it in the today.
Okay, maybe we can get an idea whether that's a possibility before our next drug team meeting, drug court team meeting. And
Yep,
so
I will.
I appreciate it if you do that. And
Yes.
I appreciate the apology, but really, you know, you're affecting yourself. You know, it's no, you know, I obviously want to see you healthy and doing better, but I mean, it's really yourself that you're shortchanging, and so we'll do what we can to help. But in the long run, it's up to you, and it does sound like a bad situation without the supports, but of course, that's part of the program, is giving you those proper supports and tools you need to get into long-term sustained recovery. So anyhow, we'll see you next week at our regular team meetings on Tuesday. Yeah, Ms. Odom has a question. What is it?
I do. So since she's going to be sentenced on this violation, is it something that Mr. Conley will be here for? And if so, what kind of hearing should I be setting? It's kind of a little out of order here.
Okay. Well, the sentence is, well, she is being remanded. So
Okay.
yeah, Mr. Connolly, we're going to need you back for sentencing in this case.
Okay.
Nope. I'm kind of assuming the drug court team will come up with a plan for her, but you know,
okay.
When she disappears from probation since May, well, there's the possibility they may have a different opinion than I do, but we'll see about that. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
So, all right, and it might make a difference whether there's a treatment that available for her. Okay, so we'll see you back next Tuesday at 10 a.m. And we're all set for today. You can let the jail staff know that you're all set. Okay, Ms. Cloud?
Okay, thank you.
All right. Let's go through the Borges case. Mr. Clark, does your client still wish to proceed with the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so Ms. Borges, you now know that the prosecutor's not willing to give you the delay of sentence. So everything I said about if you successfully complete probation, that's off the table, that your conviction would go away, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So then I think we were up to the point of the plea itself.
We were.
And is it true on January 22nd of this year, you were an employee at Twice Trendy Tots, located in Garfield Township in Grand Traverse County?
Yes.
Okay, and did you take some property that belonged to your employer and keep it for yourself?
Yeah.
What was that?
$40.
Okay, and you use that for your own purposes then, is that right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, then to the charge of embezzlement under 200 as a 93-day misdemeanor, how do you plead?
Guilty.
All right, I'll accept your plea, find it's voluntary, accurate, and understanding. And other charge, the no insurance, will be dismissed at the time of your sentencing, and that is going to be on, Ms. Odom, you ought to pick a date.
Yeah, I think, let's see, I think we have them come back.
On the
Yeah,
24th.
we'll do it on the, yeah, we'll do it at 10:15 on the 24th, Mr. Clark.
Okay, so we're going to be back on the 24th, and before that, I would like to get a pre-sentence investigation report. So you'll need to contact our probation office, Ms. Borges, and the number, have you got a pen handy? Okay, it's 231-922-4698.
Okay.
Please call between 1 and 4 p.m. today, okay?
Okay.
All right, we're all set for today then. Thank you, Mr. Clark, and feel free to sign off, Ms. Borges.
Like Geneva, call me if you need me.
Okay, let's go to People versus Michael Marlin. Mr. Connolly, are you still there?
Yes, Your Honor, still here.
Here he is. Okay. So, let's see. This is a bond review hearing. It's my understanding that a bench warrant was issued for Mr. Marvin for fail to appear for PBTs back in December, and then the bench warrant was issued. There was also a positive PBT on January 2nd of this year, at 039. Have you discussed this with Mr. Marvin, and what does he wish to do?
No, Your Honor, I have.
You need to talk to him. Okay, so I'm gonna put you in a breakout room with Mr. Connolly, and you'll need to look for a pop-up on your screen. It'll want you to accept that to get in the breakout room, okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's go to the preliminary examination then. Is Haley Downey present?
I'm here.
Okay, great. This is file 21-5053-FY. People versus Haley Downey. Mr. Graff is here on the defendant's behalf. Mr. Hamlin for the people. And this is the date set for a preliminary examination. Mr. Graff, what does your client wish to do?
Your Honor, we'd be respectfully asking for an adjournment. We were here a couple weeks ago. We're still awaiting some evidence. It sounds like the people have been diligent in trying to follow up with that, but unable to obtain that information. It's my understanding, my communication with Mr. Hamlin, in order to potentially make something happen, he's suggested possibly subpoenaing these people to show up with the evidence so that we're no longer hunting them down. But I'll let Mr. Hamlin speak to that. But I guess our general request would be for an adjournment so we can have this evidence.
All right, and your client's already waived her right to the hearing within 21 days?
That's correct, Your Honor.
Okay, Mr. Hamlin, are you agreeable to the adjournment as well? And what's the issue with the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor, we are. It has to do with a video, Your Honor, that is in possession of an individual from the gas station. And so the deputy hasn't been able to make contact with an individual. So what my plan would be is, if the court were willing to adjourn it today, would be to issue subpoenas and on the subpoena for that individual, in addition to testimony, require them to present the video so that way we can try to speed up the process, sir.
Okay, well, I would be willing to sign that type of an order. So if you want to get that over to me, be glad to do that. And let's see, we'll go ahead and adjourn this out a couple weeks then, Ms. Odom.
Do we need an afternoon, or is 11 o'clock okay?
I'm not thinking it'll take that long if it runs.
Yeah, I would think the 11 o'clock would be okay.
Okay. how about the 17th of August? A little bit longer than 2 weeks. If you need to do it sooner, we could do the 10th, which is a day short of 2 weeks.
Could we pick another date other than the 17th? I have to be in Benzie County that morning at 11 o'clock.
Sure, how about the 10th?
That'll work.
Okay.
All right, anything else for today?
No, Your Honor.
No, thank you,
sir.
All right, thank you both, and we'll see you back on the 10th, I guess, there, Ms. Downey.
All right, God bless.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
Have a
Honor.
good day.
Have a good day.
Okay, we've got one more hearing on Mr. Marvin. Thank you, officer. Okay, so what does Mr. Marvin wish to do today, Mr. Connolly?
Your Honor, Mr. Marvin will admit to bond violations, but he does have an explanation, and I can provide that to the court, which may be sufficient.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, so he's on probation, Your Honor, out of Livingston County. It's a circuit court probation for an OWI third offense. So one of his probation terms there is that he's on a scram unit. He has limited income, so essentially what happened, Your Honor, was after being on probation both here and there for a lengthy period of time, he didn't have the finances to keep doing the testing or paying for the unit here in Grand Traverse County. So I'm hopeful that Your Honor might consider amending his bond to require him to follow all terms of probation in Livingston County, at least until we can get this resolved, Judge, or perhaps reduce this testing to some sort of a random, just so that it helps with the cost. Having been probation in one county and bond here is getting to be a bit taxing on with disability income's not high. So that's the issue, Your Honor, was financial. But it does appear he's been on probation for this felony matter the whole time in Livingston County. So.
Okay, Mr. Marvin, do you live in the Livingston County area then?
No, sir. I live up here. They transferred my probation up here, sir. I just happened to be driving through there.
Okay. And I guess my biggest concern was that the fact that you just kind of disappeared off our radar. But you agree you'll show up for any hearings in this case?
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I will go ahead and amend the bond so that the condition is we'll eliminate any testing requirements. All other requirements remain in place, and the defendant shall comply with all conditions of his Livingston County probation.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
Wait, is he supposed to get us the results of those tests from Livingston?
Yeah. This is the other thing. We need you to contact our bond clerk, and it is Christy.
Yes. No,
Yeah.
I don't.
Who's doing that now?
I honestly,
It
I'm not
is.
really sure.
I will say that I did contact her twice and left messages asking her how to go about doing that, transferring the data. And I've not got a response or through on the phone. So.
Okay, that's very possible because she's been reassigned to the probation office. So.
Okay.
I do have a question though. If we're gonna no testing requirements, why would we? I guess I misspoke because why would we want to see results?
He does have testing requirements, but they're the testing requirements through the Livingston County Probation Office.
I have a
so
tether scram.
All right, this is what I'm gonna have you do. I want you to provide test results to the bonding clerk once we get that information for you.
Yes, sir.
We'll get that information to you about who you're supposed to call and what's the best way to reach you?
Probably via email.
Okay, what is that email address?
It is MIC_justice80@yahoo.com.
Okay, so we'll contact you that way. Is there anything else we need to, we need to set a new hearing date on this, Ms. Ogram. And I'm thinking we're at the status conference phase.
Oh, okay, yeah, let me see where
Or
we're at.
final conference.
So he was in the VA treatment center. Last thing we held was a status conference. He was given. I think we should reset it for another status conference, is what it looks like.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that and let's pick a date.
How about August 11th? It's at 8:15, sir, but you don't show up. Mr. Conley will handle that and
That's fine.
contact you.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
All right, we're all set for today then. Feel free to sign off and thank you, Mr. Connolly.
Thank you, Your Honor.